All right, there we go. Now we're going.
All right. So before we talk about guitars and shit, actually, here, you can have this one. I didn't fucking but here.
Dude, this one is so light.
I know.
Like, I got that Epiphone, and it's just so much. It's very heavy.
I know, but that one's
but it's cool.
That one's like a, what's it called? A vintage style 60s Les Paul. Like, this is a modern, you know, what's it called? Like a hybrid between a Strat and a Les Paul.
Right.
So it's just naturally gonna.
Dude, I love.
Be more comfortable. You feel it around your whatever that is too. Your fucking your hip and your pec. How it just kind of sits there comfortably.
Yeah. Dude, that's one thing about Les Pauls that is kind of awkward is that they're just square.
Yeah. Well, this is a Les Paul. It's just that it's a newer style.
Les Paul. It has more. What is that called when it's
cutout?
Oh, cutouts. Yeah. Yeah, they just make it 10 times more comfortable to play.
Yeah, yours. Yeah, mine has cutouts, but that's just because mine's like not like a vintage style. Yours is a vintage style, so it's supposed to look more a lot like the rock guitars.
Which is cool. I still love it.
Yes. No, that is a sick guitar.
I played drums today for like the first time in like a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, drumming, it's like I think it's the most physically like enduring like instrument you could play. Like I played for like 2 hours ish, but like half hour in, my arms were like dead.
Yeah, no, I've seen it where drummers like sweat when they play.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like Travis Barker, he's like my favorite drummer.
Doesn't he work out?
Ripped.
He works out.
He's this little skinny scrawny guy. Yeah, he has like millions of tattoos.
I listened to that Joe Rogan podcast with him.
You did?
After you sent me that little clip with it.
He's such a smart guy. Yeah, and he's very like business savvy. He has his own like clothing thing. He's invested in like some like vegan restaurant, bro.
Yeah, I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, he's a really smart guy. But I forget. I mean, I was playing like at first I was playing like punk rock stuff, and then I was like, wait a minute, I gotta ease into this. So then I started playing like, because punk rock is fast and it's harder to play.
I mean, you could still play it. You just have to play at a slower tempo.
That's true. There's no Spotify setting for that though. But but yeah, then I started playing like some Mac stuff that was like, you know, just kind of chill drums. But yeah, dude, it takes it out of you, man. Like after a half hour, I was like, bleh, I was dead.
Yeah, I've seen guitars sweat before, like when I saw the Stones and stuff. Yeah. Did I say guitars?
Drummers.
Drummers sweat.
Drummists. No, it's not that. Yeah. Yeah, so dude, I haven't made. I want to get back. I haven't made clothes in a while either. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like. Because I'm not.
That's a tough business to be getting into. I feel like that'll be something that you should look more into when you're more established. You know.
Yeah. But I still I go in Photoshop and just start messing with shit.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. Although Photoshop is like the most user unfriendly program you could find. It's fucking terrible. Like there's so many times, dude, I swear to God, I don't even know how to use this tuner.
Oh, it's very simple.
I've only used Guitar Tuna.
All right, now all you gotta do is pick the strings and you'll be able to tell what's what. Just put that on the end of the head. Yeah. And then now pick the low E and see how it says E.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and that thing's sick because look, it has F on there. So like you don't have to do a standard tuning on this. Using that tuner, you can tune a guitar to like anything. Like
so
you can
what's
do
happening with it, though?
You can do a half step down or a whole step down.
Wait, now it's an F.
Oh yeah, it's like really freaking sensitive. You just got to keep hitting it and you'll be able to tell where you're at.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Word.
Yeah, once you're like right around there, you're good. Like don't go like perfect because that thing is so freaking sensitive. It's kind of hard to get it exact.
It is very sensitive. Jesus.
But the thing is cool about that is that you can easily tune your guitar a half step down or a whole step down. Like I just tuned the guitar to G, so when I play it, it's gonna be in a G chord without any fingers on the fretboard.
Crazy, dude. I play in standard 24/7.
I mean, you can do that. You know, like there are songs that I learned that are like tuned like a half step down or something, or like a whole step down. You can still play that in like a standard tuning. It's just gonna sound different, you know.
Yeah, and I also, dude, I don't practice enough with like drop D or anything?
Oh, dude, I've never used drop D.
I know. See, like, there's songs that you need to.
I know.
Like Everlong by Foo Fighters. I was trying to learn that the other day, and they're like, drop D, and I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
I don't play any.
There are songs that, like the Stones, a lot of what Keith does is in tuned to open G or open E, and that's where you just tune the chord into it. So the E chord is tuned into your strings, and you pretty much just move it up and down with a bar. So you're playing an E at the 5th bar or an E at the 8th.
Yeah. Dude, I wish, I think I said this last time, but I wish I got into guitar earlier. Because I think what happened, so my brother started out with drums, you know, and I did too because he had a drum set. So I would just like mess around with it. But I never, I don't know, I must say I like guitar 10 times better than drums. I think it's just my instrument now. Even though I just started playing, I guess. Not really. I mean, like 2.5 years, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's when you compare it to someone who's like anyone else.
Exactly. Like, fuck it, yeah. So, like, yeah, I wish I found guitar way earlier, because then I would be better right now, you know?
Exactly. If I stuck with it when I was in 4th and 5th grade and I kept playing, I'd be a freaking prodigy right now, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, but it is what it is, yeah.
Also, like, on this topic, like, I feel like in the guitar community, 90% of guitarists drop after like a week or maybe a month of playing and they give up. So I feel like, dude, I feel like where we are, we're already way ahead of most people.
We're like slightly intermediate.
I would consider myself maybe at best an intermediate.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way.
But I feel like being an intermediate is not what it sounds like. It's not like you're in the middle. You're way ahead of a lot of people.
Right? Yeah. Because a lot of people, and people got to understand. And this is with anything: is you're not supposed to be good when you first start. No. Like, you're gonna suck. No. It's inevitable, unless you're Eddie Van Halen, and then but you're not.
Honestly,
you know? No one's Eddie Van Halen.
I don't know how it started when he started playing. Maybe he did suck.
He probably did.
He probably did.
And he just practiced like no one else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That was his thing.
That's like Angus Young. Angus Young plays in such a strange way. Like, the way that he plays like certain scales and stuff. Like, he skips steps in them. But by doing that, he made it easier for himself, and at the same time, kind of like invented a new way of playing guitar.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
That's like the same thing as Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix pretty much invented a new way of playing the guitar.
Yeah. Dude, I'm curious, have you heard of a new artist named KennyHoopla?
Hoopla?
Yeah, like Hoopla. No. Okay, so he's like this like indie like rock kind of guy, but he actually just came out with like a whole EP with Travis Barker, and oh my god, dude, it's so freaking good. And like I started listening to him like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, and like he was just this like kind of small independent artist that really didn't have a lot of recognition, and it's so sick to like watch an artist like find an artist in that like point in their career where they're kind of scraping by, and then see them come up and then play, and then make an EP with like one of the greatest drummers ever. Like, that's just so cool to watch.
Yeah.
But you should definitely, it's KennyHoopla, period. Like, there's a period at the end. But dude, oh my god, his songs and his lyrics are so freaking deep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really good.
I don't want to derail this, but I want to just like say before like I forget. But like, this is like tonight's like an important night for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking that. Yeah.
It's a sad night for me. I've been having some issues lately. I have an extreme attachment to my dogs.
Everyone does, man.
Yeah.
You know, dude. Finish what you were saying.
when I can remember, 3, 4, whatever, I was scared of the dark. So I had my dog stay in my room, and I would always put him on my bed, and my mom wouldn't allow it. And so she would come in and she'd tell me I can't have the dog on the bed, and then she'd come in again later and the dog would be back on the bed, and she said I can't have the dog on the bed, so the dog would come off the bed, and then she'd come in the room again, and then I'd be on the floor in the dog bed with the dog.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that. I don't think you ever told me that.
Yep. Yeah, so she finally gave up and let the dog sleep in my bed, and they've been sleeping in my bed since then. Since I can remember,
That's
they've been
so
sleeping
funny.
in my bed. And
Yeah.
I just like get this huge attachment to my dogs because they help me freaking.
It's like an anxiety release, you know?
Absolutely,
Like
definitely.
completely, dude. There's so many times when like I've just been like I didn't know where else to go, like people wise, maybe I was going through something and like I didn't
dogs-
have anyone else to talk to about it, and like my dogs were just there.
And they
like,
can sense it. They can.
dude.
I believe
It's
that
crazy.
when I'm set, like a couple weeks ago, I was having a bad day. You know, some shit was happening, and I came home, and Sarge just came up to me, and he just put his little chin on my on my lap, and he just sat there and looked at me, and then he just kind of snuggled up, and I gave him a big old hug, and we kind of like just like chilled.
Yeah.
But Bear is a cockapoo, and he's 12 years old, and 4 years ago they told me. Did I tell you? I'm sure I did. 4 years ago they told me that he has 2 years to live.
Yeah, I think
He's
you told
right.
me that.
He's still here.
Yeah.
But he's having a lot of issues. He has left and right heart failure, so his stomach fills with fluid and his lungs fill with fluid. So he coughs a
Oh my
lot,
god.
and his stomach fills up, and we have to get it pumped. And you know, as soon as we get it pumped, it fills up again. It's already filling
Really?
up. We got it pumped 2 days ago. If you run your hand across, like over his back, you can feel his spine because of all the weight.
I know. I felt that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to say anything. Like he's lost so much weight.
Yep, and at the same
And,
time, he
and
looks
I've known
bloated.
him. How long did I know him, man? Bear.
I got him just before he turned 7. So we've had him for about 6 years.
Dude, I remember the first time I met him was at a Weeblos weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought him there and he started running around all over the place.
Yeah,
But
he humped my leg.
Yes, he
that was my
humped-
first encounter with him. I swear to God.
he humped a lot of legs that day.
Yeah. He's a
the
horny
thing
little
is-
fucker.
the thing is, he was smart though. If I walked away, he would turn around, he'd look around, he'd see other people, or like if we weren't around anyone, it was just like us and him. He'd turn around, he'd look, and if he didn't see me or if he saw me far away, he would run towards me. He would never leave my
Really?
side. Yeah, he was not okay with not being around people he didn't know or being by himself. He was very smart.
Yeah,
And-
my dog buddy has like crazy attachment issues.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Yeah.
as soon as you leave the house, he starts freaking like barking so loud, and it's
Yep.
just oh.
So does he, but that's why we got him, because the previous owners were getting too old. He was allergic to dogs. The dad was allergic to dogs and had
Yeah, it's probably not
problems and
good for a
stuff.
dog owner.
Probably not. But they wanted to give Bear to someone where he wouldn't be alone all the time, and we have Sarge. So Sarge stays with him, and he's okay.
Yeah.
So he's okay because there's another dog at home. So if everyone else is gone, but there's still another dog here, he's okay.
Yeah.
But you know, he's just getting really old now, and he, you know, he's been crapping and pissing all over the house and stuff. And you know, he's not like that. Like
It's
he's
tough.
just getting old. You know. Hey, Bear. Come here,
Yeah, I'm kind of like my dog buddy. We don't know how old he is. We got him from a rescue shelter, and I'm like, I've said this to you before. Like we're starting to see like
Yeah, for
the
sure.
signs. You know, like when
That's
he,
an old dog, right?
Yeah, he has cloudy eyes.
So is Bear.
He has arthritis in his hips. And like when he like does his little shakes to like, I don't know, shake out his hair or whatever, he like almost falls to the ground because his
does
legs
Bear.
aren't strong enough.
Yeah, Bear falls all the time. He fell today. I was feeding him apple, and he ran over to me and just ate it. Yeah. He can't. He has
It's
trouble
so
standing.
sad, man.
You know.
Like you love dogs. Like it's so worth it to get a dog.
It's a
but
family
just, like,
member.
in the end, man, it just always, you know, you're gonna outlive them, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And it sucks because this whole like, I don't know, it's a family member, you know, and
It is.
and it sucks to get to know them and love them so much, love them to death.
But it's so worth it.
Absolutely.
It's so worth it. Like I wouldn't. Ugh, I'm getting emotional thinking about it right now.
Dude, how do you think I feel? We're putting him down tomorrow, and it's not looking for. When this podcast comes out, he won't be around anymore.
Yeah.
And all I keep thinking about is the last dog that I put down. When we put him down, like I just remember just like being there and his eyes closing for the last time. And
Ugh, dude, I've never been in the room.
No.
I've never. One time, so like my older dog Bear that he died when I was in like
bear.
second grade. Yeah, different bear. Yeah. He died when I was in like second grade. But like I remember, my parents didn't even know how to tell me. Like I left for school, or I was about to leave for school. Like I was ready to get onto the bus, like leave for the bus, and my mom was like, "Hey, make sure you say bye to Bear." And I was like, and I would always say bye to him no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it was just a thing. Like I would always just walk up to him and like hug him and then go to school. But it was weird. I caught it. I was like, that's weird that my mom is telling me to make sure I say bye. Mm-hmm. And then I came home, and then my dad just like, fuck, I'm like getting emotional right now. Mm-hmm. My dad like, he like sat down and he started like crying, bro, like so bad. And I like, that was the first time I saw my dad cry.
Mm-hmm. I know. When we took Jester, he all three of us were just like around him, and I just watched his eyes close, and we all just kind of like were around him and just kind of like cried for a while. And now like all that's just been in my head. Like today I went into the bathroom at work and I just kind of like teared up for a little bit. I didn't tell anyone that, but like that's all I'm thinking about now. I just don't want to see his eyes shut for the last time.
Yeah. Whew, yeah.
I'm sorry, it's gotta be so heavy.
No, man. That's what this is, man. That's what this is. It's whatever happens, you know. Whatever is going on in our life, we talk about it here, you know.
Yeah.
So
have I ever cried in front of you?
I don't know. I don't actually think so.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I've definitely cried in front of you.
I think once. I think once or twice, maybe.
Yeah.
But like I don't really cry. Like the only people I know of that have seen me, I don't think Alec has ever seen me cry. I don't.
I'm a crier.
I am too, man.
Like, dude, this isn't even my dog, and I'm getting choked up about it. I mean, I was also getting choked up just thinking about my older dog.
Yeah,
but
I know. It's something that's really hard to reminisce on because it's a family member.
Yeah. Ugh.
And I mean, look at them. These things are like they're like the happiest creatures on earth. Like,
and dogs have personalities. Like every
absolutely.
dog is different.
Absolutely.
Like I swear to God, I have a wiener dog named Frank. And I swear to God, he has a sense of humor. Like, he cracks me up all the time, dude. Like, so just like things he does.
Sarge, dude, he does the stupidest crap all the time. He's such an idiot, but he's so funny. And I swear, he knows he's funny. Like, yeah. I know he knows.
Dude, same thing with Frank, bro. Yeah. Oh my God. But and that's the best thing about having a dog is like when they make you smile like that.
They do something else. And that's the thing is like this is a little like, I don't know where people fall on this, but like this is what makes me believe in like heaven, because like something as pure and as good as like a dog like can't end here, you know. They can't end here. Like they that would
I've thought about that too.
Like I feel like their personalities are just like they're like too powerful, you know. Like they can't just end here. And that's and also thinking that and knowing that and understanding that makes me like feel good, because now I know that I'll see them again. Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. But you know, I just like I try to think like you like think about how great of a life you gave him. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I try to think about.
For sure. But, you know, I freaking open up the hot tub and Bear will swim around in it. They swim around the little hot tub. I brought him to Round Valley the other day with Laura, and he didn't swim because he just can't do it anymore. It's too much for his heart. But Sarge swam, and he sat in the water and stuff, and he walked around. But he loved to swim, so that broke my heart to see.
You know, in a way though, it's kind of fucked up to say, but like it kind of, my dog dying when I was in second grade, it kind of got me ready for death as a whole. Yeah. Because like, I remember when my grandmother died 2 years ago. I remember thinking like it's not the same, but it's kind of the same. You know, it's still family. It's family.
It's it's a family member you'll never see.
Yeah.
Well, you won't see for a while.
Yeah. So in a way, it kind of gets you ready, but it's brutal. Yeah. It's brutal.
Like I haven't had like a seriously close family member die yet. You know, like my grandparents, I'm not like that close with, but I had both. Like my grandfather died when I was 3 months old. My other one died in 2004 when I was in kindergarten, so I barely remember. Yeah. I remember him, but not much. My grandmothers are both still alive, and no one else like very close has died. But Jester, my black lab, he died, and when he died, it broke my heart, and I was
Yeah, you talk about him a lot.
Yeah,
but I get it, you know.
Well, I also used to call him my identical twin. Like, he was the one who got me through like being scared at night.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, there were so many times, like, especially in high school, dude. I was so fucking depressed in high school, and like, my dog Buddy, he was like my guy that I would go to.
Yep.
Like, I remember so many times, like, coming home from school and just crying and just holding him, and I'm like, shit, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then now I'm like starting to see that same shit with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's I feel like for both of us, you know, I mean, I know for me, and I know Buddy, I don't know how much time Buddy's got, but I know, you know, Bear's
he's like healthy for his age,
yeah.
You know, but he's still there.
Bear's not healthy for his age. And,
yeah.
And tonight's his last night's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Woo.
Yeah, why don't we, Alright, Sarge is getting depressed. He doesn't want to hear
He's like, I'm out of here, man. You guys are a terrible vibe. This is not a good podcast.
He's standing at the door. Let me get Barry, you want to go with him?
I'm out. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember my grandmother was my first human death experience, I guess. And that sucked, because she was my only God, I gotta stop crying. Shut up. She was my only grandparent, I mean.
That you ever got to
and she was I got my music from her big time. So yeah. But dude, why am I so... I think that's the bear thing. That's mainly getting me emotional, dude.
I know.
Because, like, dude, even though it's not my dog, dude, it just fucking kills me.
It's empathy. Or sympathy. I don't know. Either one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's... And I'm gonna... You know, like... It's one of those things you just can't prepare for.
No, not at all. You, like...
I've been trying to, like, think about it.
Yeah.
But, like... It's just, it's not something, like, I don't want to prepare for it. I want it to just hit me full force, because I, like, preparing for it's, like, it's inevitable. There's no need, like, I don't see why. I'm going to feel like shit in the end anyway.
Yeah. It's inevitable, like, really.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get so close. But, I don't know. It's, so, you know, I gotta repeat it, though. It's just, it's all worth it, though. In the end.
Yeah. Absolutely, definitely, because like it's just cool, like, to see that something is able to make you feel this way. There's something on this earth that is that powerful.
Yeah.
That can make you feel.
That's not even a human being. I would never, like, it's so crazy that, like, an animal that can't even fucking talk to you is like they just look at you and make noises at you. That's all they do.
And they occasionally give you a high five.
and you get so attached. But
yeah. And it's I think it's part of that whole thing where, you know what people say, it's like they're just a part of your world, but you're their whole world.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we take a break? I gotta stop crying, bro.
What if we change the subject? All right, remember what we were talking about with the acoustics?
Straight up.
Look at that electric. Look at the size of those frets.
Oh yeah.
Those frets are thick jumbo frets.
These are jumbo frets?
I'm not sure if they're like.
I can tell they are thicker.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's.
Damn. I don't think my Epiphone has jumbo frets, actually.
I don't know if they're jumbo frets, but they're definitely bigger than your acoustics frets.
Yeah.
Because for one, I'm pretty sure electrics have bigger frets. If you want to look that up or something.
Dude,
like,
I can't believe I straight up cried more than you.
I know, dude. That's my dog. Don't worry. Tomorrow I will beat you.
Yeah.
I will beat you tomorrow. That's for sure. And I will beat you for the next couple weeks. That's for sure.
No, you feel it for like a while. But dude, play some guitar. You know, just get it off. You know, do other shit, I guess. But yeah, I did not know that frets wear away on a guitar.
Yeah, this is an older guitar, but I don't play it a ton. Yeah, you don't really see much fret wear on this, but that's also like electric guitars. The action on an electric guitar, when you look at how high up the strings are from the like the higher frets, like the 12th to like the 24th fret. Like these strings are barely up. When you look at when you look at an acoustic, they're way up. So you gotta press a lot harder.
Yeah.
And these frets are a lot thicker, so you don't have to press as hard and you don't have to go down as far. Like it's just a lot more comfortable. Yeah. On an electric. So if you want to learn, the best way to go is to learn on an electric.
You think?
The electrics are thin.
Dude, I honestly thought because so like when I started, I had a I forget what it was called. We figured out what the name of it. I had some old like electric guitar that my mom found it in a thrift shop. It was $20.
I mean, it did the job.
It did the job, and I made a EP off of it.
Yeah, but that thing was crazy because like you sat it like you know how like an electric should sit like this, like no.
Yeah, it had front weight.
Yes. Yeah.
The neck was heavier than the body.
I thought it was the other way around. Like headstocks usually dive, and you were telling me about how yours shoots up.
No, that's right. Yeah.
That's like
other way around.
That's weird. Usually,
dude. Because I remember I'd be like producing, and I'd have my laptop, and then I would let go of the neck to do stuff on the laptop, and the guitar would just crash to the ground, to the floor, and make a huge bang at like 2 a.m. I'm just like, fuck.
See, I don't know about head shooting for the sky, but head dive is a thing.
Yeah. That's right.
The reason why
I don't play that guitar like at all anymore.
The reason why a headstock dive is bad is because you want to be able to play without having to support any weight on your fret hand.
You don't want to be lifting up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just want to have your hand just be free and have all that.
I don't know what kind of acoustic guitar you can get that doesn't have headstock dive, because the body of an acoustic is so thin and small. And then the neck is all solid wood. So the headstock's always going to dive on an acoustic unless you get maybe like a very expensive American made. I don't know.
Yeah. So like when I had that guitar actually for a while before I actually started playing. And I think I got an acoustic guitar for Christmas, and I think it was that really got me into it. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, I also didn't have an amp. So, like, I was straight up just playing an electric without it plugged in.
And in your circumstance, I bet it was just better to play the acoustic because the acoustic was just better quality.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I was more into the acoustic.
I remember when I was younger, one of the things I didn't like about playing an acoustic was how fat the body was. Because when I was smaller, I had to look over the fretboard. Yeah. It was very uncomfortable. With an electric, it's very thin. You get it right up to your body. You know, you get right up. It's very easy to see over it. You don't have to press nearly as hard. You don't get like nearly any string buzz on an electric.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get a lot of buzz on them.
I just think that electrics are just, they're easier to play for those reasons. You don't have to press nearly as hard on the strings. You don't get string buzz. The bodies are really close to you, and on an acoustic, you will definitely get headstock dive.
Yeah,
you will get You're gonna get string buzz. You gotta press harder on the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and
you gotta look over the body.
Yeah.
If you're smaller, like I was.
See, the thing about electric guitar is like it's a money pit versus acoustic. Like you buy an acoustic, you just got an acoustic. Like that's all you need.
True. That's true.
But electric, you gotta buy the amp, you gotta buy the pedals, you gotta buy. And there's a million. Well, yeah, you don't need pedals, but to play
an electric,
cool.
You need the amp, you need the wire.
Yeah.
You need the aux port. Whatever, the aux cord. But I mean, I got lucky. Like I just needed the cord because I just plug it into my speaker that I already have.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never got. Well, I mean, I have that practice amp, but the practice amp is pointless when I am playing at home.
Yeah.
Because that amp just sounds so good, or the speaker.
Yeah.
And I don't need the practice amp for that.
Yeah.
I guess it's good for like travel. But if I'm traveling, I'm bringing an acoustic with me because there's nothing.
Exactly.
It's
or, dude, I also want to get a ukulele at some point.
Ukuleles?
Because that is the ultimate transportation.
That's so true.
Like,
You got 4 strings, light as hell, and only a couple
little
frets.
case. You get a little case for it, and you can just throw it anywhere in your backpack.
I think it's like $80 and you'll get a good ukulele. I went to
And the strings are so much, especially for beginners.
Yeah.
Like, the strings are, I don't know if people might not know this, but the strings on a ukulele are like rubber. Like they're
like plastic.
Yeah.
Or like a
They
what is it, like nylon? You know like how like finger
might be
picking
nylon,
you
I
get
don't know.
nylon strings.
It's not actually rubber, yeah, but it feels like rubber.
Yeah.
Like it's not like cords, like fucking.
It's not wire.
Like wire, yeah.
Like this is nickel.
Yeah. It gets rough. I mean, like me and you, we got calluses eventually.
Yeah.
But I guess for starting out, a ukulele might also be the move because of that.
It's smaller, more comfortable to play. There's a
Yeah,
lot less
cheaper.
to it. Like this might be intimidating just to look at 24 frets. Like holy shit.
Dude, I remember as a kid, I was so like afraid of guitar because I was just like I can't play guitar. I just didn't think. I don't know.
That's like me with piano. I look at piano, I'm like I don't even know how many keys I'm looking at.
Well, dude, the main thing about you just got to know it's just one.
Yeah, it's an
yeah.
octave repeating
Yeah,
over and over again, but still, like I don't like which part is where the octave, like where do I start? Like do I start in the middle? Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I took piano and that was my grandmother's instrument was piano. And I took a couple lessons from her. But I don't know. I guess I just didn't get as into it. And then I also took like a course in college for piano, just for some extra creds, you know.
That's what I did with guitar, and like that kind of sparked it with me. Like I had a shitty guitar, and then I got a nicer guitar just so I could like keep up with the class. And then when COVID hit, I was bored as hell, and I started bringing my guitar into work with me. And that's how I learned. And I mean, like by the end of the summer, I still wasn't that good. Like I didn't have very good like tempo or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I started playing it at school, and it just started. Like there was a point where I was just like, I think I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And then like
That's awesome when you have that.
Yeah.
Like
that happened a bunch of times though. You know, like the first time you play, you're like, this doesn't sound like anything. Then every time you play, you're like, that almost sounded like something. That almost sounded better. This almost sounded better.
Dude, I was having that with
good.
drums today because like I don't play enough drums. Like I guess it just wasn't. I don't know. I guess it was. I don't know. It wasn't my instrument. I guess, but but I can still like manage. You know. Yeah. A couple of songs I recorded my own like live drums, but and it's like nothing crazy. But like today, I was like. I would, because I haven't played in a while, so like your muscles deteriorate, if I can say that word. Yeah. Deteriorate.
Got you.
And like you just lose it. But I was having that like same like click in my brain where like I would do something and it would be wrong, and then I would be like fuck, and I'd get frustrated, and then I'd do it again, be wrong, and then finally I'd do it, and then it would kind of sound right, and I'd be like,
it would
yo,
like kind of sound
there
right.
you go.
But like you can hear it, you
can hear it, but it's not there,
and you're hearing where it's gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just you have to get past that initial. And I feel like that's with any hobby, dude.
I gotta tell you, when I started playing guitar, everything sounded like shit for a month. Probably more than a month. Probably like 2-3 months. Yeah. Everything sounded like shit. But I was so bored. I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then eventually something sounded okay. And then it just kept going that way.
Yeah. That's with any hobby, man. There's so many kids that like in high school they wanted to get into music production, and they would ask me questions, and like they would send me stuff and it wasn't good. And I would just be like, listen, man, this is not good, but like you're making stuff. Like
that's you're just taking a step in the right direction.
Yeah, just experiment with anything. And that's with any hobby, I feel like, you know? And it's amazing, like, I don't know, there's so many times when I'm like, I don't know, maybe like I'm like sad or something, or I'm stressed out, and like I'm like, all right, whatever. Let me just do something to get my mind off of it. And then I play guitar, and like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh my god, why was I stressed out?
Yeah.
And that's like fishing too. Like same thing. Like when I'm fishing, I'm like in the zone. I'm in a totally different world. No one exists but me and fish. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it just it takes me out of the world for a second and just like gives me time to just decompress and
like
just
detaches you from all the other shit in the world.
Exactly.
When I was at work today, Tommy asked me. He was like, if I wanted to get into guitar, where would I start? And that's what I was literally just talking about. I was like, get an electric. I was like, get something, electric has a small body. It doesn't have string buzz, And I was just excited to hear someone say that they were interested in starting to play,
Yeah.
Because just hearing that is the beginning,
Right.
And then the next thing, like a lot of people say that and then they fall out, which sucks, But I feel like when you see someone who asks that question, and then a couple days later, they're like, I was looking at this guitar. They start YouTube and think YouTube is a freaking... It's ridiculous.
Oh, you can do anything on YouTube.
I get lost on YouTube, and I learn so much about guitar.
Yeah.
Like, I learn all the terms and everything just from watching YouTube. Like, when I'm bored, about to go to bed at night, I sit there and I watch YouTube, and I learn everything about the guitar. But, I learned everything about the guitar. And it's not just guitar. It's like any hobby, Like you just start diving into it, and then you're just sitting there, and you don't realize how much knowledge you're soaking up.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Oh, Bear looks confused.
So what the fuck is going on?
Like, where the hell am I?
I'm on so many drugs right now. It's not even funny.
Go get him, Bear.
Yeah, I want to, I don't know, I kind of stopped playing piano after I got out of my class, like after, my course ended. But that's, piano is kind of, I feel like that's like the main instrument in a way. You know what I mean?
In what?
Like.
In anything?
It's like.
I feel like the drum is,
really?
Is the bass. I feel like it's the foundation.
Not the bass, but the bass.
Like, it's the base.
BASE.
It's the base of the pyramid.
Right.
I feel like
keeps the rhythm going.
I feel like it sets the foundation.
Right. Yeah.
But, I mean, is it my favorite instrument? Not by far.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Not by far? I don't know. It's not my favorite instrument.
Yeah. The one... You know what's different about drums versus like guitar is like when you play guitar, you can hear what song someone's playing and like you're like, oh, that's Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, or it's whatever. But like when my brother
on the song though, like when I play songs, sometimes they're like, what is that? And the rhythm guitar doesn't stick out nearly as much as the drums do. I mean, or maybe it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
Once you hear it all together, it's unmistakable.
Yeah.
I guess you can't really value one instrument over the other.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to broaden my horizons. Like, I mean, dude, the main thing that started, I guess, me with like I was only into production, really. I mean, I played drums a little bit when I was younger, but like, I was mainly only like a computer nerd, just like, putting stuff in a MIDI and just writing chords out like that. Yeah. But like when my computer like crashed one time and I lost so many songs, and I had to just restart everything, and and it sucked. Oh, I was so sad because it was just like hours gone. Yeah. But I remember I was like, maybe this is, maybe I should use it as an opportunity. And I just like, I started experimenting with totally different things. I got all these new plugins that like I didn't have before, samples and shit. And then I was like, why not start messing around with real instruments? Like, why not? And then at first I wasn't even gonna make like music with like guitar be like a main thing in it. Like it was just kind of, I was just gonna use it as like a layer in the background just to fill up space. Yeah. And then I was just like, why not? Like I love.
It's not gonna hurt you to know more.
Yeah. And like I grew up listening to rock music all the time. Like my first favorite song was My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and it was because it was on Rock Band 2. And I was just like, that song, man, I would play it all the time. I remember just being like 6 years old, just like, "Can we get about things?" And then like I would not say the curse words in it because like that was bad.
Yeah, double hockey sticks.
But yeah, so I just started like experimenting, and then eventually I guess it kind of just clicked so slightly. But yeah, slightly. I said slightly because
no, I know.
I'm always figuring things out, different things out. I'm always trying new things. That's the weird.
It's only clicked with me slightly too.
Yeah. It's amazing though when a hobby can just make you like escape like that from like.
I feel like if you were to ask like any pros too, they wouldn't say. I'm sure they know they're good, but I also know they have a lot to learn.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing. That's very true. Very smart to say. Yeah, because like that's the thing that's gonna make you better. Is like staying humble and being like, I'm not the best guitarist at all by far, but like I want to get better. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
there's no end. Once you think there's no top of this ladder.
Yeah.
This ladder is an endless one. Keeps going.
I feel like that's life, man. You just gotta stay humble and just know that you're not all that in the bag of chips, bro.
And guitar is an excellent example, an excellent metaphor for that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Big facts. Yeah.
I wish this one had taps.
Huh?
I wish this one had taps. That one doesn't have taps. That one has coil splits. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I've been watching hella SpongeBob. So like.
Oh wait! There's something I want to talk about before we get into that.
All right.
You were talking about dieting.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.